Alright, it's May 20th, 2019. Alright, day traders. I haven't done a video in a while. I've been way too busy. But today was a very crazy day, kind of, because of Sprint. And that was an amazing day trade. That's one of those day trades, which I'll show you in a second, that ends up becoming, it's just like almost like I don't want to say luck, but it's one of those ones where you get those quick moves that just make your week. And that was Sprint. So but before that, I want to show you one trade I got into that I screwed up. This is, again, I'm making these videos for anybody that's new to day trading or trying to get into day trading, show you mistakes I make, and things I do right, and things that can help you maybe avoid those pitfalls that you inevitably fall into when you first start day trading. So the first one was MLNX. And so I will show you, this popped up on a gapping scan. Now I want to show you the yearly on this. So if you look at this, it's been dropping for the past couple weeks. All right, starting probably more or less, a little over a week. So on May 3rd, it started moving down, and this was yesterday, and so it kind of gapped a little bit down today. So I was taking notice of it, and basically I was watching it drop early in the day. I didn't get in. I don't trade very much in the first half hour at all, really, ever in the first 15 minutes. But so I just watched it kind of consolidate here just below VWAP. The purple line is volume weighted average price, a must moving average for day traders. So I watched it do that, and then what happened? I got in. Right, it kind of rejected this. Actually, I should show you. This is where I use the 8 and the 20. This is the 8 EMA and the 20 SMA. Exponential moving average and simple moving average, so the 8 and 20. And I watched it drop down and meet up with the 8, and I kind of used it as a resistance, right? It wasn't getting above it. So I got in right here as it started to drop and break away from the 8. But what happened? It started moving back up and busted back through the 8 and back through the 20 right here when the 20 met up. So I said, oh, it's going to turn around, and I got out. This is where I said I was going to get out, so I got out a little past there. But what happened right after that? Came right back down, stayed under the 20, stayed under the 8, dropped, almost hit my first target, which was 110.65, and then I hit it, right? And then look how far down it went through my second target. So it dropped all the way down to 110.25 from where I got in at about 110. I think I shorted at 110.95, so about 70 cents, which really pisses me off. This is just... You hate this. You hate this when you get spiked out right here. I should have waited for it to actually close above these moving averages, and it didn't. It just spiked up. I said, "Oh man, just get me out," and it came right back down. So that was unfortunate because it was inevitably a great short. I just played it wrong. Again, most of the time when you screw up a day trade or screw up any kind of trade, mostly day trades though, you're gonna mismanage, and that's what it comes down to. Identifying it is half the battle. Not even. I think identifying is really a quarter of the battle. It's managing the trade once you're in it. That's most of it. Success or failure is determined by that management. So this was this really annoyed me, but I made up for it with Sprint. So Sprint was in the news because of, let's see, what was the news on Sprint? So there was some sort of takeover. What was it early in the morning? It said, Sprint, T-Mobile are expected to announce deal on conditions for a merger, will not formally approve merger, blah, blah, blah. So that was before the day opened at 8:20 something, right? So that was the news. So I was watching it, and if you watch the daily candles, what happened? It was a big spike up to, where did it open? It opened here, right? At 778 or something around there from here yesterday, or I should say Friday, right? So the news made it jump. So I watched it, and I watched it kind of start to move down a little. Then it started to like kind of push off that 8 EMA, and then broke down through it. I waited to see what it would do there. Kind of tried to get back up. You see that little pivot point up there, and then it broke back down. So that's that second break of, I think it was the second break of VWAP here too. Yeah. So it was above VWAP, broke down through VWAP, came back up through VWAP, and broke it again. Then it tried to get back up to VWAP, and you can see that pivot point is right at VWAP, that little yellow dot. So it tried to break back up, and it didn't. It failed it. So as soon as I saw this red bar, I got in. And I got in at 7:59 as a short. And it started moving down kind of nicely, right? And it was tracking the 8 EMA. It was moving down with the 8. Then it started making its way back up. I said, oh, crap, what's happening here? So I said I'd stay in. You know, my stop was around here. I said if it gets up to 772, I'm out. It kept moving, and then all of a sudden, I think this news broke. Something about somebody's going to move against it. The Department of Justice is leaning against approving it. And so when that news broke, that was, I think that was why it happened. That was, you know, let's see. Yeah, whatever. So something pushed it. I think it was they were leaning against it. The DOJ said they weren't going to approve it or something, and that caused this, right? Now I usually put in a limit order, a bracket order, in terms of a wide stop and a wide sell in case there's any major spikes that I just happen to miss while I'm looking around. I was looking at another stock at the time. It dropped through my first target, through my second target, and it hit my, really my main goal, which was what did I get out at 706? So I got in at 759, so it dropped 53. It dropped over $0.50 and just nailed my first my main target down here, which was which is awesome. And then it exited all my shares, and before I knew what happened, I heard my interactive brokers alert me that I had sold off some shares or covered my shares from this short, and I was like, oh my god, did it hit my stop? And I came and no, it hit my huge target right here. So that actually halted it. The stock got halted on that huge move down. And luckily I got out before the halt, because sometimes if you're in a halt, if you're in a stock that gets halted and trading is stopped, you don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, with a halt on a way down, it's not a bad thing, because usually it just means it's going to continue down once the trading resumes. Here it didn't really. It continued a little bit down to 681. I think that was the low there. Yeah, 680. So yeah, it did get down a little further, but then you can kind of see it made its way back up to the 80 MA here. So I was glad that I had that automatic cover there, because I took advantage of this nice little news spike down. So that was great. That made up for my misplay on MLNX, so I was happy about that. I kind of ended up doing well there. So that was it. Yeah, I'm in actually one other trade right now. I'm in another semiconductor that I was hoping. MLNX was a semi, and I got in here on this semiconductor right about here as it started making its way down, because I saw it approaching VWAP here, and I said it's starting to fade a little bit. And if you look at the 15 minutes right here, it was below that 10 EMA, which I always like to see. So I said, I'll just whatever. I'll take a short here. And I was rewarded with a breakthrough VWAP, and I'm hoping it comes down to about the 18 level, $18. But those are my trades. That Sprint was huge. That was a great short. I guess you could call it luck. Usually when a news spike happens and you're already in the stock, and it benefits you, that's really luck. You can't anticipate any kind of news story really that's going to tell you that's going to end up causing a drop like this. I was just hoping for a nice move down throughout the rest of the day because of the fact that it spiked up and it started to fade as the day went on. I was just hoping for that continuation, and I got a quick drop. I was in it for a long time. I was in it from 1240 to 230 almost. So I can't, or a little past 230. So it wasn't like I got it right away. I was I had to wait for it, but that was big. You don't get these very often, and when you do, it's a good feeling. So yeah, those are the trades. I'll be watching on right now just to make sure it continues down. If not, I'll probably get up if it breaks VWAP, comes back up to VWAP, probably get out. But those are it. Those are my trades. So I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with a video. If not, maybe later in the week. Good luck trading.